What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Patreon request Odin from God of War, requested by Ken or Parzival on Patreon. So it's time to point to my page about here. We'll come up, maybe over to the right a little bit. There's a crow on his shoulder, so I'm going to try and fit the crow in. I'm not going to do the staff because it's like, I don't think I'd fit it in because his head's kind of over here, but I want to do the crow. Anyway, let's try this eye patch talking too much. So it's like a V, right? Just here. Right, and then this goes over the top. Kind of curved. Boom. Has edge lines, so it's got like, you know, a little sort of stitching line that's just like drawn in. Well, we'll draw in like this. And it's like textures. Just light little scratches and stuff because it's leather. So his nose comes down from, well, there's another strap here. No, we'll do the nose first. So we'll go curving just there, right? And the bridge of the nose comes out. And then it kind of bumps again, methinks. So we'll go another little bump, and then it like comes around the top of the nose. And just underneath. And then we can see his nostril. Just darken it up, add a bit of a shadow. And then the skin of the nostril around the side here. And maybe a light little nose line there. And his cheek just going that way. Sometimes, like, people like to do like hatching, you know, along the bridge of the nose or down maybe the tip of it, kind of down there, but just looking at this now, it might suit him. And we can see the nostril on the other side. Just there. I'll just darken this little patch up in there as well. Okay, so that's basically all you need to do for the nose. Less is more with noses. In line drawings anyway. So his other eye comes out from here. So it's just beside the eye patch. Just on this curve. The middle of this curve of his nose, it looks like. And it just goes up, over, down. Very sort of flat, serious eye. Right, and then bottom of his eye here. Up into the tear duct in there. And then his iris. Bright blue. Go around that way, and then the pupil underneath. So we can add, there's like a little eyelid line, I think, just here. Well, it's kind of like wrinkles. Like here as well. He's got all these bags underneath his eye, like, as he's an older gentleman. And his eyebrow goes this way. Okay, and then like he's got like a eyelid sort of area there. And bags underneath his eyes, like big ones. Okay, so big mustache, right in the center of his nose here. Just do a little bit of a V, and then this will go zigzag its way around here, and you could like do some, it's like real curly, so you can do some spikes coming out of the mustache if you want. Like it's real big. Big mustache. Okay, you can texture it up as much as you'd like. So we can just see kind of his bottom lip in under there. Like maybe how wide would it be? Maybe just in here, and maybe some of the top lip. Just in there. So then the rest is like beard, lots of beard, right? So we'll just start adding the inside part here that touches the mustache, comes around like that, kind of hairy, sketchy lines, right? And then a big beard. Coming around here. Goes all the way up the jaw, and then up his cheek. We start getting to a strap from the eye patch then, but we'll just add some texture to this. And then we can do a bit of beard coming up the side of his face, right? And it meets like his like, it goes right up to his like cheek, which is kind of gaunt, like he's kind of skinny looking. Right. Right, so his forehead starts to go that way. And I guess we got to do these straps, right? So they come, so there's one here. It comes down to the corner that way. And then there's another one. Like that. And then the other one goes underneath his ear. What is that? Is that like part of his hair? I'm not sure. He's got like a big disc here. Not sure what it is. Just add the edge lines to this. So his beard kind of like joins his hair, like his sideburns and everything. It all like becomes one. And his ear sticks out there, and then ear lines. Do-do-do. Right, so he's bald, so we'll go over the top, but he's got some hair like here. So just do a bit of a hairline coming up around the head. And then we start to get sort of hair here. Curly sort of. And a few sort of spikes sticking out behind his ear here. He has this thing here. I'm not sure if it's what it is really or what it does. Could be just sitting on his hair, kind of. Then there's a few more hair spikes sticking out from behind his ear and his head. Right, and forehead sort of comes around this way. You got all sort of texture lines and stuff. Keep going with your hairlines. And he has tattoos on the side of his head. Now, this might be tricky. It's pretty complicated. I'll simplify it. There's just these like curved lines that sort of overlap. They're kind of light, so they're not like kind of put in real. Need a different pen, sorry. I had another one. That's a bit better. So kind of like carving around like this. I'm not being like super accurate with this. I'm just sketching it in sort of as best I can, right? And if you can see a better way, feel free. But it's kind of like grey lines just overlapping. Okay. You could do obviously way more than that if you wanted. But that's the basic idea. So we'll go down his neck now. Back of his neck just here. Coming down from the corner of his jaw where it meets his hair. And he's got a collar coming down this way. And it's sort of a wrinkly sort of neck where it's just like that. Does he have more of those tattoos on his neck? Kinda. Okay, that's not bad, I guess, for a quick attempt. Tattoos are always tricky to draw freehand anyway. So, bird on the shoulder, but he's got like more sort of overlapping, sort of fancy clothes, right? So it comes down this way. He's got like a brooch. Sort of details inside here. There's a buckle and a strap that comes all across his chest. It's kind of like spiky here. We go for like a spiral thing that way. Then we do the same thing on the other side. Edge and sort of the strap in there. Simplify it a bit. Okay. And then this strap goes down to another brooch that's like a flower sort of shape, like this one. It's kind of like bumpy around the edges. And then this down the middle here. And then these more like fancy god clothing. So more lines, that's a thing. More lines just coming this way. And then around here. Imagine people dressed like this still. Be pretty cool. Little sort of textures and all this stuff. And then his other shoulder goes this way, and then a bumping thing here. Bit different than the other side. Texture. Something going that way. Texture on that. And then this comes down there. It's like a bit of fabric and stuff on this. Goes that way. And then more detail in here. Okay. So the crow sits on his shoulder, but we'll get like his feet come over some of this detail. So we just have these sort of edge lines to all this. There's a crow foot here, so you might have to raise some stuff. But that's basically how to draw Odin anyway without his crow. Now, the crow, so head up here, sort of beside his eye patch, right? That's what we do first. We get the eye in, I guess. Right, and then just a sort of a black. Like so. And then a bit of an eyelid line just around here. And then furry sort of beak area, right? So it's like sort of hairy around the mouth. The beak kind of comes out from here, so it'll go big down there. Mouth's kind of open. Into the corner. This is like all sort of feather there. And I think we can see some of the inside of the beak just there. So I'm going to color this black because this is all shadow under there, right? And our feathered friend has some little sort of texture lines there. Right, so head sort of just comes back this way. And chin. So belly sort of goes down. And like feathers start to happen at the leg here. So it's like two legs. It's kind of leg area, right? And then his back, so we got wings, feet there. And then I guess belly would keep going. Sort of down there, maybe down to tail feathers. So let's try for a wing then. Okay, that's kind of the general shape of it, right? And the feathers all here, just sort of texture lines and stuff. And then there's like tail feathers and stuff down here. And sort of a leg there. Right, so I guess we'll do legs. So we'll go, it's kind of like furry here. And then just a bit of a leg coming down that way. And then the other one goes the other direction. So I'm just sitting on his shoulder, right? So you got claw there. Long toe sort of here. And another one there. I guess there should be something like back here, like hanging on the other side. I can't see it though in the picture. Let's see what we can do on this one. Of course, we're on top of his clothing now, so it's a bit tricky to see, I guess. You may hear children in the background. Those are my children. Okay, that's not bad. Right, and then there's like more feathers, like tail feathers coming down. So the belly should be like in there somewhere, and then more feathers there. And then there's the other wing, of course. Okay. As crows go, not the worst crow I've ever seen. Odin from God of War. Thanks for the support on Patreon, Ken. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.